Hi everyone, it's Jim with Freedom Music Factory, and I'm here with another new installment of Drum Kit of the Month. And today we're going old school. I dug out my old polo sweatshirt from years ago, and I've done that because I'm bringing out my old school Ludwig 1978 Butcher Block kit that I have. You can see this is in great condition. It's got the original green stickers on them that I never took off. So that's really good. There's hardly a scratch on these things. So we're going to talk about this drum kit today. This is actually a 24 by 14 kick, which I love the low, deep Ludwig sounds. We got a 9 by 12, a 10 by 13 tom, a 16 by 16 floor tom, and we got a special Black Beauty made special for Memphis Drum Shop, what I bought several years ago. It's in a beautiful steel blue that you guys will see. And this is 16.5 by 14 Black Beauty. But anyway, we want this dead sound from the 70s. I grew up in the 70s. I've been playing drums for about 51 years. So when I started in the 70s, I had a white Cortex kit that I eventually built out so it was like an Octoplus. But we started with like a 5-piece kit, and then we bought more bass drums and more tom-toms because the Octoplus was huge, you know. Hal Blaine, man, taught us all about playing an octave on the toms and stuff. So Ludwig went crazy with the Octoplus, and I eventually had an Octoplus kit in white Cortex. And what we do in the 70s is we were actually going after those old sounds, the more deader sounds like James Gadson you would hear in some of his recordings, and you know, James having the tea towels all over his drums and stuff, which I've actually taken a lesson from James Gadson at his home, and that was a great experience. What a great guy from Kansas City too. So shout out to James Gadson. But anyway, man, those sounds from the 70s were just so great, and now with the Bruno Mars and the Silk Sonic stuff coming out with Anderson .Paak on drums. They're kind of going back to that older dead sound and quick decaying cymbals and all that stuff. So I've written about 3 original songs that I'm going to be tracking on this drum set, and that's exactly why this drum set is set up. We want everything pretty much dead. We're going to let the engineer do the work and mix it and get it all right. Dead cymbals compared to what I've been used to playing all these years. So anyway, the 3 original songs, the first 2 are like Beatles songs. I actually got Will Lee to play bass on one of my songs. It's called You've Never Let Me Down. And the other one is I Just Want to Be With You. Both of these are sung by Gene Miller, and I wrote those with Ryan Rincudo. And I got a brand new one that's kind of silky R&B, smooth jazz kind of type vibe that I'm going to be recording here today. And Piper Jones is going to track that for me here in Nashville in a couple of weeks. And that song's called Over and Over Again. So we're going to go for that Silk Sonic kind of thing. And so that's why these drums are out here today. So I'm going to let you guys see these, and we're going to get some good footage of these drums. They're actually beautiful. They're in great condition. We talked about the sizes already. I'll go in and talk about the cymbals. So the cymbals, I want to have them decaying very quickly. So I got all these Vyvanse Meinls extra dry. So we got a 16-inch dark crash. Then we've got an 18-inch extra dry thin. And then over here, I think that's a 20-inch, dark crash thin. And then we've got a cool ride, a custom dark complex ride, a Zildjian K. And my cymbals are these Vyvanse sand hats. So these were kind of made famous by Benny Greb. He played those hats, and we're going to try that stuff on this stuff. So we're going to talk about this kit and how we're actually miking it. So I'm going to bring in my engineer, Ben Turkovic. So Ben, could you come in here, please?
All right, so going through the setup that we have here, on the kick drum, on the inside we have a Sennheiser 901. That's going to get our high end and all that. Probably not going to use it too much, but double miking it also with an AKG D112, and that has a nice kind of dry, boomy vintage sound. Same thing with the SM7B, using that for the top, which is kind of unusual, but if you know, you know. You can get a lot of boominess out of it, and you can make it sound really dull with these, which is really nice. And then Beta 57 on the bottom, so we're going to have a lot of, low end, and this is a real fat, thuddy snare anyway. So the toms, typical 421s, you can't really go wrong with those. Then I also am double miking them with Shure Beta 98s. That's going to give us a little more high end when and if we need it. Again, it's a smaller kit, so we can be redundant with everything. Cymbals, pretty simple. Just SM81s on hi-hats and ride, and then the Royer 122s for overheads. Rooms, we got a Royer SF24, the stereo ribbon mic, and then way down in the hallway, we got an AKG 414 for some like bigger room stuff, but I don't know if we're gonna really use that, so there you go.
Ben's the man. He knows what he's doing, and we get some great drum sounds here because of Ben. He's been with me here about 10 years, and just enjoy working with him and appreciate all he does for us here. So anyway, we're gonna let you guys hear some samples of this kit. And again, we're going for the dead sound. So on the snare drum, we've got two different O-rings. I got a regular O-ring, and then I got a big fat snare drum that goes inside of it. So we'll start with the snare drum. I probably won't be doing a lot of rim shots with this one. I'm just going to hit it right in the middle of the drum and let the drum kind of do its thing in the mix. So there's that. Okay, here's the 12-inch tom. Very nice 13. And here's the 16-inch floor tom. And here's that 24 by 14 kick. Nice low thud. And we haven't laid these to track yet, so we're just getting started with this kit. Like I say, we got 3 songs we're doing, and if we need to make more tape and more adjustments, we will. We'll just have to listen to it in the mix and see what we think.
Absolutely.
So here are these cymbals. I'll hit these. They're fast decaying. 16-inch Dark Crash. Here's the 18, extra dry, thin. Here's the 20, thin. And we like this ride cymbal for these songs, so we're going to try these out. This has a great bell. And these hi-hats, the 14-inch Meinl sand hats. So there we go. Now, when I started in the 70s playing the Ludwigs, what we did back then was we actually took off the bottom rims and we put things called S-clamps on there. So if any of you remember that, if any of you are as old as I am, and you remember taking off the bottom rims and putting an S-clamp, what that would do is we remove the head, but then the rim would be still on the drum. So it looked like there was still a double-headed tom, but you didn't have that. Other people would actually just cut out about 1 inch around the drum head, and they'd cut the rest of the drum head out and create a giant hole, kind of like in this bass drum here, but even bigger. There'd just be like a hole 1 inch around the drum that you'd have a drum head on. And we would do that and leave the bottom rims on. But that's what we did, and then we'd go get some toilet paper or some paper towels, and we'd make some rectangles, and we'd put the duct tape on. And usually we'd do pinstripes back then, and that would give you that great dead sound. But we're gonna try this today, see what we like. You know, these are white coated ambassadors, and we got them all taped up really good, and I think we're gonna really like them in the mix. So stay tuned. Thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe, and we hope you're enjoying our channel. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.